locked away for hundreds and thousands of years. There are places holding dark tales. Stories of legends lurking in the depths and heights. Or disturbing sights hidden away from our eyes. Get ready for the heart-stopping discoveries made in the corners. Mysteriously sealed for years. Just when ghost sightings seemed like a thing of the past, another encounter surfaced. In a dark, isolated cave, a group of explorers found themselves in an unexpected nightmare. One of their friends went missing. As they called out for him, a tall white figure suddenly appeared in the shadows. Its pale form looked ghostly, standing silently in the darkness as if watching them. The explorers were unable to believe their eyes. The cave, once just another adventure, turned into a place of horror. Ghost stories might sound like fiction, but at that moment, the guys had no other explanation. Chasing skeleton. In 2020, at a construction site in Nicaragua, a worker experienced pure terror. He saw a skeleton, alive and chasing him. Panicked, he ran and hid, hoping it would leave. But the skeleton didn't disappear. It waited for him, motionless yet aware. Its features hinted at something not of this world, possibly alien in origin. How it ended up there, or why it appeared, remains unclear. But the story took a dark turn when the man was never seen again. All that remained was his final shaky recording. We can only hope that he stayed safe. Terrifying encounter. Back in 2018, while exploring an abandoned house, a local discovered something beyond belief. You would expect ghosts in such a place, but this was different. As soon as he entered, out of nowhere, a goblin-like creature appeared. It began throwing stones, almost as if it was defending its territory. Before he could react, the creature jumped onto the roof with inhuman speed. It looked like it wanted the guy to leave that place. The video, shaky and quick, captured the goblin's movements before cutting off abruptly. Would you dare step inside such a house, knowing what might be waiting for you? Hatched beast. While exploring a dark cave, an explorer came across a strange find. A giant egg. The top was missing, as though something large had already hatched. As the explorer continued deeper into the cave, suddenly a creature appeared there. It had horns on its head. Many believe this video could be proof of dragons' existence. Though the footage is of poor quality, it's hard to ignore. What do you think? Could this be proof that dragons exist? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Pale figure. Expecting salt, coal, and minerals from a cave? Well, this time, there was something else waiting. A miner deep inside the cave heard scary, echoing voices that didn't sound human. The sounds grew louder. Suddenly, from the shadows, a pale humanoid figure appeared. Its face was ghostly as if drained of life, and it wore a blue hoodie. The figure stood motionless for a moment, staring at him with empty eyes. The miner couldn't move, and stopped with fear. He believed it wasn't a person, but something possessed, not of this world. Whether a djinn or a cave monster, he knew one thing. He had to leave. No cave treasure is worth facing a nightmare like that. Chupacabra Sight. A video uploaded online quickly went viral. It showed a local man stepping into his yard at night after sensing an odd presence. There, in front of him, was a creature that appeared. It had pointed horns emerging from its body. The creature perfectly matched the description of a chupacabra, a blood-sucking creature said to scare animals. The man stood frozen, staring at the creature, but the video ended abruptly. The man was never seen again. The only thing left behind was the bizarre recording. Spider Warden. In Mexico, in 2018, a hiker went into a forest expecting to encounter rare wildlife. But what he discovered wasn't on his list. Near a cave opening, he saw a creature with a skeletal, spider-like form and legs. As he tried to capture the moment, the creature swiftly retreated into the cave. In many cultures, caves are considered sacred and often guarded by mysterious beings. The creature the hiker witnessed could have been one of these guardians, protecting the cave from outsiders. Unsure of what he had just seen, the hiker thought it was best to leave the mystery untouched. Horned Terror. Old houses are often believed to be home to creepy entities, and looks like it's not far from the truth. If you don't believe it, here's proof for you. A local stumbled upon a bizarre sight. In the dimly lit house, he saw a massive black creature standing silently. Its head was covered with countless twisted horns, giving it a demonic appearance. This wasn't just another ghostly figure. This was something far more terrifying. No one's been able to tell what this creature could be. Something from this world, or was it something beyond anyone's imagination? Wall Crawler. Scared of seeing lizards on walls? You will forget about them after watching this. In a cave, a miner noticed a white figure creepily climbing up the cave wall. The quality of the video was poor, so it was difficult to identify the creature clearly. It could have been some cryptid, or maybe even a ghostly being. The figure moved with an unsettling grace, adding to the mystery. If you ever find yourself in a cave, remember this. What you see might not always be what you expect. Would you be brave enough to investigate further? Hidden eyes. Inside a remote cave, miners discovered a strange sight. Glowing dots in the dark behind a rock. The only thing visible were these lights, which seemed like eyes peering out at them. Nobody was in sight, just those unsettling eyes staring back. The miners, unsure of what it was, decided to leave. What do you think those glowing eyes belonged to? Could it have been a cave guardian? Or perhaps something even more mysterious? The choice is yours to decide. Glowing figure. In a cave, locals saw a strange white glowing figure sitting quietly. The light it gave off was unnatural. Some believed it might have been an angel, while others thought it could be a spiritual master. The figure appeared to be deep in meditation, radiating an intense, divine energy. The locals were both amazed and confused by what they saw. After a brief moment of silence, they chose not to disturb it, respecting its presence. The sight stayed with them, leaving an impression of something beyond ordinary understanding. Cave spider. While exploring a cave in Laos, a YouTuber captured a shocking moment on camera. He spotted an unusually large spider sticking to the wall. According to his description, the spider's size was unlike anything he had ever seen. Its eyes reflected the camera's light, which is uncommon for most insects. Based on its features, it's believed to be a giant huntsman spider. If you were in his position, would you have been able to react quickly, or would you have been too stunned by the sight? Trail footage, evidence. A viral video uploaded online revealed a bizarre figure caught on camera. The being appeared gray, with dark, hollow eyes and otherworldly features. Could it be an alien? The footage seemed to have been recorded by a trail camera set in the woods, a place where many strange sightings have been reported before. The creature stood there as if observing its surroundings, possibly on some unknown mission. With so many alien stories surfacing over time, this video adds more mystery to their existence. Hidden Gase.
The heck is that? Shoot!
On July 3rd, 2020, a homeowner, feeling an odd presence, decided to step outside and check his roof at night. Using his flashlight, he saw a creepy creature's head peeking out from behind the wall. It seemed to be hiding, and the noises it made added to the spookiness of the scene.
The heck is that?
The creature's head resembled that of an alien, with features unlike anything he had ever seen. As soon as the homeowner noticed it, the creature quickly vanished into the night. The strange event was enough to make anyone question what's out there in the dark. Stone warning. Treasure hunters in an underground cave were examining some stones when they saw a creepy, dark face behind one of them. As one of them took the stone, the figure spoke, but the language didn't seem familiar. It almost sounded like a warning, telling them to go back. This could have been a cave guardian or someone from an ancient civilization still hiding in the cave. That day, the treasure keepers found more than just gold or artifacts. They discovered that some things hidden in caves are far beyond treasure. Shadow girls. In ancient times, caves were used as shelters, and it seems that some still serve this purpose today. A miner, while exploring a dark cave, captured footage of two figures in the shadows. These figures appeared to be ghostly girls, adding to the creepy atmosphere of the cave. After seeing this, the miner quickly ran out, clearly shaken by what he had witnessed. Many believe that these could be the spirits of a family who once lived in the cave. The unsettling experience was enough to leave a lasting impression on the miner. I'm sure that after this encounter, he wouldn't be able to sleep peacefully. The haunting vision would likely stay with him for a long time. Midnight Stare. In the woods at night, surrounded by large rocks, a group of hikers discovered something unsettling. Beneath the rocks, they noticed what seemed like an underground hole or hidden channel. At first, they spotted a shadow lurking in the darkness. But it wasn't just a shadow. If we look closer, it had large black eyes, similar to the ones often described in alien sightings. Whether it was an extraterrestrial being or a ghostly entity haunting the area, they weren't willing to find out. Without hesitation, they ran away, leaving the creepy figure behind. Ghostly figure. In a dark, old underground tunnel, what the miners saw left them shaken. They spotted a tall, white figure standing before them. It looked humanoid, but its ghostly appearance resembled a lost spirit. The figure quickly vanished, leaving behind only silence. Many believe that the spirits of the departed stay in such places, unable to move on. According to local myths, these spirits are often drawn to old tunnels and mines, where they may have met their end. It's said that some spirits remain trapped, appearing to the living as a reminder of their demise. The miners couldn't help but wonder if they had just witnessed one such restless soul. Underground Watchers. In a dark, damp sewer, a worker noticed something that stopped him in his tracks. Deep in the shadows, several glowing eyes stared back at him, motionless and unsettling. The strange sight caused his heart to race, and panic quickly took over. Without a second thought, he turned and ran, desperate to get away from whatever was hiding there. Those glowing eyes could have belonged to ghostly beings or unknown creatures lurking underground, away from human eyes. For his safety, the worker decided to never return there alone. Such places can hold unexpected and scary surprises. You never know what might be watching you from the darkness. Silent Shape. A news reporter went to cover an abandoned old site, but what she saw there left her startled. In the dim light, she noticed a dark figure sitting silently. Her curiosity took over, and she tried to communicate, but it seemed the figure couldn't understand her language. Its stillness and strange behavior suggested it could have been a shapeshifter, often described in folklore as beings that take mysterious forms. Or it might have been someone from an ancient civilization, lost to time and unable to interact with the modern world. Realizing that not everything is meant to be covered or recorded, the reporter quickly decided to go away, totally shaken by the strange encounter. Ghostly discovery. In caves, we typically find ancient remains or old civilization artifacts, right? But these explorers got more than that. In Salta, a region of Argentina, explorers were exploring a dark cave behind a rock. They saw a glimpse of a tall, dark shadow. It wasn't just a shadow, it was a ghost. Dressed in black, the humanoid figure looked otherworldly. The shadow moved as if aware of their presence. If I were in that place, I would have left immediately. Faceless Terror.
Oh. Come on.
A guy exploring a cave came across something terrifying. In the distance, he saw a faceless figure, standing still. The figure wore a black robe and appeared unnaturally tall. Its face was entirely absent, leaving nothing but darkness where features should have been. After witnessing such a thing, the man quickly realized that staying there could be risky.
Oh. Come on.
If I were in that situation, I wouldn't stay either. The unknown can be far more terrifying than anything we expect. Sewer Ghost. A worker was working in a dark sewer when something passed right in front of him at an unimaginable speed. At first, it seemed like a shadow, but the figure wasn't dark at all. Instead, it was white, resembling a ghost. It moved quickly, almost like it was watching him before vanishing into the shadows. The worker could barely make sense of what he just witnessed. Ghost stories are often told about abandoned places, but seeing such a figure in the sewer was beyond belief. Cave Witch. We've seen ghosts in movies, but now it's time to face one in reality. An adventurer exploring a dark cave suddenly encountered a spooky sight. A black figure crept behind the cave wall, crawling in an unsettling way. Its face was completely covered with long hair, resembling a witch or a girl possessed by an evil spirit. It was terrifying enough for the adventurer to abandon his exploration and run for his life. Exploring dark, isolated caves may seem exciting, but sometimes it's better to turn back before it's too late. Shadow Genie. Arab miners were in a cave when they noticed a black, shadowy figure behind a rock. Before they could make sense of it, the figure disappeared. The miners quickly pointed their flashlights at the spot and even chased after it, but there was nothing to be found. Only a few bizarre remnants remained, and the shadow was nowhere in sight. A genie in a lamp? Not this time. It seems free wandering through the cave. In folklore, genies are known as supernatural beings with immense power, often able to grant wishes. But encountering one in front of you is a different story. Mine Whispers. In the depths of the abandoned Waldeck mine in Walloon, Western Australia, a visitor wandered where most wouldn't dare. As he moved cautiously through the dark tunnels, a scary sound echoed from the distance. It wasn't the sound of dripping water or shifting rocks. It sounded like the voice of someone. But the tunnel was empty. The ghostly sound grew louder from someone unseen. Fear took over, and the explorer quickly turned back. Was it the spirit of a lost miner? Or something far darker was hiding underground? One thing's for sure. This was no ordinary mine. Would you dare to walk its haunted tunnels? Tunnel light.
Dude, there's a light. Why is there a light in there?
Want to know if supernatural stories are real or just myths? This encounter might help you decide. In an old water tunnel, a group of ghost experts was investigating when they spotted a mysterious white light glowing faintly in the darkness ahead. The strange occurrence wasn't just visible, it was also recorded on their spirit detecting device, confirming that there was definitely some ghostly entity present.
What's it say?
Light.
Light? You guys, oh my god.
The experts stood in disbelief, realizing that these reports of haunted tunnels might hold truth. So, if you've ever doubted such tales, this encounter makes them hard to ignore. Burnt Wizard.
شو
In a dark cave, investigators encountered a terrifying sight. A figure dressed entirely in black appeared before them. Its face was fully visible and shockingly burnt. The unsettling figure swayed unnaturally, resembling a wizard lost in time or someone connected to mysterious practices. Wizards are thought to cast spells and possess strange powers. In situations like this, the best decision would have been to leave immediately and avoid provoking the unknown. In case you ever come across something similar, it's better to turn back.
انت مين؟
Night Creature.
طب شو قصتك؟
A man in a deserted area came face to face with his nightmare. He saw a figure all dressed in black, with only its face visible. To his surprise, the figure spoke, giving what seemed like a warning.
ايش اللي قطر من هنا؟
Before he could react, the figure vanished, leaving no trace behind, as if it had never been there. This could have been a jinn, a supernatural being known to inhabit such lonely, haunted places. Legends say jinn are drawn to such spots, especially at night. The man quickly realized the risk and knew it was a warning to avoid wandering these places after dark. Shadow Figure.
Tunnel going that way and that way.
While exploring a cave, an adventurer came across a strange sight, a looped rope hanging in the middle of the cave. But that wasn't the most unsettling part. As he was recording the scene, he caught a glimpse of a mysterious figure or entity that briefly appeared before vanishing into the shadows.
Tunnel going that way and that way.
The explorer couldn't shake the feeling that someone, or something, was watching him. The figure was likely a ghost or some other supernatural entity. Would you have continued your exploration, or would the feeling of being watched have been enough to make you leave? Haunted voices. A YouTuber decided to explore an old haunted mine, but things took a creepy turn when he began hearing strange noises. It sounded like someone was talking, but the voices didn't seem human. The noises seemed to be coming from deep within the mine, as if a ghostly entity was trying to communicate. It almost felt like the spirit was warning the YouTuber to leave their home. The YouTuber, sensing the risk, decided it was best not to stick around and uncover more. Some places are best left, especially when you're not sure who or what might be watching. Stalker. A video uploaded online quickly became the center of attention. It showed a creepy, skinny being moving through the snowy wilderness at night. The video quality was too poor to make out clear details, leaving viewers to speculate. Some suggested it could be an alien from outer space, while others thought it might be a skinwalker, a creature from folklore that can shapeshift into different forms. With the unclear footage, it's hard to say for sure what it was. Whatever it is, the unsettling sight left many thinking, if there are beings out there beyond our understanding. What's your take on this? Sewer slugs. When workers went into a clogged sewer in London to fix it, they were not expecting this. One of them found a creature from the water with a body with many small bumps and a long, worm-like tail with stringy parts hanging down. It looked very unusual and creepy. Want to know what it was? It was a sewer slug, a big one. From the same sewer water, workers found another creature, an elongated creature. It had a segmented body resembling a giant centipede or marine worm with multiple legs. Finding such a large one in a sewer is a rare find. It's crazy how these creepy creatures live right near us, and we remain completely clueless. Sewer Stalker. A group of teenagers decided to explore an uncovered sewer tunnel, their curiosity leading them deep underground. The passage turned into a cave-like and completely silent. As they moved further, strange noises echoed ahead, making them pause. One boy, holding a flashlight, carefully stepped forward to check around the bend. Before he could react, a dark creature ran out of the shadows. It appeared to move upright, its form barely visible in the dim light. The teen screamed and ran back toward the tunnel's entrance, desperate to escape. The footage they captured suggests a scary reality. Something unnatural calls that sewer home, hiding where no one dares to look. Dark presence. When a group of explorers decided to venture in an old, abandoned house, they had no idea what was coming their way. As they moved deeper, a black, shadowy figure appeared in the dark. Two glowing eyes stared back at them, stopping them in their tracks. It wasn't hard to figure out what it was. A djinn. Yes, you heard it right. The figure didn't move, but its presence alone sent chills down their spines. Old and abandoned places are often said to be homes for such creatures, creeping in silence until disturbed. The boys didn't wait long to leave, but the encounter stayed with them forever. Cave watchers. The woods became more than just trees for this hiker. While exploring, he found a cave hidden deep in the forest. What made the scene truly unsettling were the strange creatures staying at the cave's entrance. They appeared as dark figures with white glowing dots for eyes, silently watching him. Some believe they could be part of the Mante tribe or people from a lost civilization. If this is true, it feels like stepping into the past. No time machine is needed. Who knows how long they've been there, observing the world from the shadows. Dark Lurker. A hiker exploring a cave saw a dark creature's head hanging upside down near the cave opening. It appeared for just a moment before disappearing into the shadows. Curious, the hiker shone his light at the spot to see more clearly, but the creature had already vanished. This brief, eerie encounter leaves room for speculation. Could it have been one of the legendary cave guardians who protected hidden realms? Encounters like this remind us that some places are not meant to be disturbed. Caves can hold secrets, and not all of them are friendly. If you ever find yourself in such a place, be cautious. What hides in the dark may not want you there. Bone Cave. Skulls and bones usually belong in graves, but not this time. A visitor exploring a cave came across a creepy discovery, a cave full of perfectly arranged skulls and bones. There were so many that it didn't seem natural at all. It looked like something darker was at play, possibly black magic or rituals, as no other explanation made sense. Adding to the unease, a human skull was found alone, as if deliberately placed. A cave that should have been empty turned into a scene of mystery and unease. Cave encounter. In a silent cave, an explorer spotted a fire burning in one spot. A fire in such a lonely place made no sense. What made the scene truly strange was a glowing, small flare floating near the flames. It looked like a pixie from old stories, or perhaps a ghostly entity, as caves are often known to be haunted. Caves are usually famous for ancient remains and hidden artifacts, but now, this cave will be remembered for what was found there. If you're ever in a place like this, it's better to leave quietly, as some things are better left undisturbed. Sand Creature. In a deserted area at night, a local came across a strange creature lying in the sand. It had mud-covered skin and oddly shaped limbs. Its posture looked unnatural, as though it were crawling or dragging itself forward. This sight brought to mind stories of ghostly beings or creatures from folklore. Some legends speak of beings that emerge only at night, blending into their surroundings, unseen by most. If I were in that situation, I wouldn't stick around to find out more. Sometimes it's better to leave such encounters as unexplored mysteries. Horned creatures. On a dark night in the woods, a hiker stumbled upon a sight that no one could ever imagine. Near rocks and twisted trees, 3 strange creatures appeared. They had horns emerging from their heads and animal-like features. They were moving creepily, and even they could talk. Their glowing red and white eyes looked completely out of this world. They might have been some demonic creatures lurking in the shadows. If you ever find yourself in such a situation, it's better to stay calm and leave the area immediately. Silent Visitor. Have you ever thought about finding something completely unexpected in a cave? If not, then let me show you. While exploring the dark depths, an adventurer noticed a strange, skinny figure standing silently. It appeared weak and unable to speak, as if it had crash-landed and was seeking refuge there. The being used its hands, almost like sign language, as if asking for help. Its unusual appearance left no doubt. It seemed to be an alien left far from its home. The video ended abruptly, leaving everyone wondering if the adventurers offered help or ran away. Glowing eyes. In the woods, a hiker spotted a dark creature hiding behind the bark of an old giant tree. What stood out was its bizarre face and glowing blue eyes. Only the face was visible, resembling an alien from a movie. The scary glow of its eyes seemed to hold a strange, supernatural power. According to some myths, aliens are believed to visit Earth for secret missions, often connected to ancient knowledge or experiments. This creature could have been one of them, sent for a purpose unknown to humans. The hiker couldn't help but feel that the creature was not just an odd sighting, but part of a bigger, mysterious plan unfolding in the woods. Cave Secrets. A group of explorers went into the famous Devil's Cave in Catamaco way past midnight, a place famous for strange paranormal events. As soon as they entered, they were greeted by swarms of bats flapping there, and the deeper they went, the more unsettling things became. Inside the cave, they discovered creepy statues of devils and ghostly figures. Strange objects were scattered around, with candles still burning, hinting at possible satanic rituals performed there. The atmosphere was spooky, as if the cave itself held sinister secrets. After witnessing such a disturbing scene, it wouldn't be easy for anyone to sleep peacefully. Shark Spider. In a haunted apartment corridor in Chernobyl, a ghost expert set out hoping to document paranormal activity. However, what he witnessed was far beyond anything expected, a massive creature on the ground. It had the body and face of a shark, but possessed multiple spider-like legs. The bizarre appearance resembled a terrifying hybrid of shark and spider, leaving him shocked and speechless. How did such a creature end up in an old, abandoned apartment? It's possible that it was the result of an experiment gone horribly wrong, perhaps escaping from a nearby lab. If there's such a facility near you, stay alert. Who knows what might appear next? Now it's time for today's open discussion. On November 2nd, 2024, in an abandoned hospital ward in Chernobyl, a group of brave explorers decided to enter the creepy site. While exploring, they witnessed something terrifying. A creature crawling out of an old cupboard. It had spider-like legs, but there was something disturbingly different about it. The legs were far larger than those of any spider, and its face appeared reptilian or amphibian with a strange brownish tint. The combination of its features made it look like a terrifying hybrid not meant to exist. After encountering such a creature, it's clear that not every visit to haunted places leads to ghosts. Sometimes you find things far worse. Would you dare to enter this place? Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.